if you drafted Dak Prescott as your quarterback one for 2022, you were massively disappointed. Injuries aside, Dak Prescott was quarterback 13 in fantasy points per game, and a lot of his metrics indicated a similar efficiency level. He was quarterback 13 in yards per attempt, quarterback 10 in air yards per attempt, quarterback 11 fantasy points per dropback. He was really efficient in the red zone. Credit to him, first in red zone completion percentage, but he really struggled really completing the ball, and especially under pressure. He was 22nd in true passer rating. He was quarterback 30 in pressure to catchable pass rate, quarterback 37 in catchable pass rate, and 25th in accuracy under pressure. Now, in the past, we had seen Dak Prescott score rushing touchdowns and rush the ball a little bit, but he was 29th in quarterback rush yards per game and only had one rushing touchdown in 12 games. He finished as the quarterback one overall once in his 12 games in 2022, but he only had one other top 5 performance. It was a really disappointing season, and I think it's partly due to the loss of Amari Cooper. There was no replacement. Michael Gallup was still recovering from the ACL, and that meant that Dak Prescott had to rely on the likes of Dalton Schultz for close to the line of scrimmage passes. But it got ugly for the wide receiver. Keontae Turpin was running routes at wide receiver. Sime Fehoko was getting snaps. Noah Brown was sometimes running as the wide receiver too for the Dallas Cowboys. It was ugly. So I expect that the Dallas Cowboys address the wide receiver position in the draft or in free agency to get a wide receiver 2 to run alongside CeeDee Lamb. Because as we saw, CeeDee Lamb was able to ascend into a clear wide receiver 1 level, but Dak Prescott needs that number 2 respectable wide receiver to open up the offense. And I have eyebrow raises and questions about whether Mike McCarthy can get it done in 2023 with Kellen Moore now with the LA Chargers. So I do have my hesitance about drafting Dak Prescott, even as a top 8 option right now. He is going as the quarterback 10 on Underdog. We have seen a higher spike weeks from Prescott in the past, but until we see a solid number 2 wide receiver go to Dallas, I am steering clear of Dak Prescott in fantasy for 2023. I'm waiting for shares to be clearer. Right now, he is not someone I am targeting in the best ball